The 1970s were a golden age of hidden gems and country bands carving out their own sound. The rhythm aces were blending country, soul, and blues into songs that still feel smooth as Tennessee whiskey. And the Flying Burrito Brothers carried Graham Parsons' vision into a cosmic, bittersweet sound that helped invent Americana. These are 12 underrated country bands of the 70s. Number 12, Blue Northern. Kicking off our list is Blue Northern, a Canadian outfit that broke into the scene in 1977 with a unique blend of country and rock.
Yes, I know she do.
Signed to Quintessence Records, they didn't storm Nashville, but they did rack up several top 40 singles on Canadian country radio. What set them apart was their ability to inject a touch of California-style country rock into the northern airwaves.
You see, I talked to her the other day.
Imagine sitting in a prairie bar in Alberta, the jukebox spinning Can't Make No Sense, and a crowd of denim-clad regulars tapping along.
And I can't make no sense out of loving you.
Despite earning a Canadian Country Music Award nomination, they never got the U.S. breakthrough they deserved. Yet, their catalog still feels fresh today, a reminder of how country music's borders have always stretched further than Nashville.
The first part is the hardest because that's the whole foundation. If you get a really good, solid, energetic...
From northern prairies, we head south to Georgia, where a band with a single quirky hit etched itself into 70s lore. Number 11, Stillwater.
See you later. Thanks a lot.
If you ever stumbled across Mind Bender on a dusty 45, you'll know Stillwater was anything but ordinary. Hailing from Warner Robins, Georgia, they signed with Capricorn Records, home to southern rock giants like the Allman Brothers. Their self-titled 1977 debut produced Mind Bender, a swampy, groove-driven track that cracked the Billboard Hot 100. Legend has it, audiences were as fascinated by its psychedelic edge as they were confused by its lyrics. Picture a roadhouse floor in the Deep South, pool balls cracking, neon beer signs humming, and Mindbender filling the air while long-haired cowboys debated if it was country, rock, or something in between. Though their commercial flame burned quickly, Stillwater captured that brief, thrilling collision of country and southern rock. And while Stillwater blurred the lines, our next group anchored themselves firmly in pure country grit. Number 10, the Buckaroos, the 1970s.
And it's always a pleasure to have him back. Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. Go, yeah.
You've heard Buck Owens, but have you really heard the Buckaroos? His longtime bandmates weren't just background players, they helped build the Bakersfield sound itself. In the 70s, while the Nashville machine leaned slick, the Buckaroos kept it raw. Telecaster twang, steel guitar sharp as broken glass, and harmonies that cut through the smoke of California dance halls. They won Grammys, ACM awards, and even landed hits of their own. Yet history often leaves their name in Buck's shadow. Imagine a dusty Central Valley honky-tonk. The Buckaroos kick into Sam's Place, and suddenly the whole bar is alive, boots slamming, beer spilling, voices roaring in time. Their influence can be traced straight into modern Americana. Without the Buckaroos, the very concept of outlaw country might have sounded different.
Well, now, every night you drag me where the bright lights found.
And speaking of Texas grit, our next act blended honky-tonk roots with a restless rock and roll spirit. Number 9, Joe Ely.
His own Joe Ely.
By 1977, Joe Ely had become a fixture of Lubbock, Texas, where wide-open plains bred songs just as expansive.
I'm gonna keep 'em that way till they swallow me back to Louisiana.
His self-titled debut in 1978's Honky Tonk Masquerade delivered a punchy mix of Tejano rhythms, honky-tonk shuffle, and roadhouse rock. Signed to MCA, Ely's records didn't burn up the charts, but they burned into the souls of those who found them. His band, often featuring future legends like Lloyd Maines, brought a swagger that electrified live crowds. Imagine pulling into a West Texas dance hall, neon beer signs glowing, wooden floor scuffed from decades of two steps, and Ely launching into All My Love. It wasn't just music, it was a landscape. Though never a chart titan, Ely became a cult hero, influencing everyone from The Clash to Bruce Springsteen. Now, from Texas firebrands to a songwriter who quietly gave birth to outlaw country. Number 8, Lee Clayton, 1972.
It's good to have you here, Lee. Thanks for being with us and doing the interview. I want you to go ahead and just tell our audience a little bit about who you are. And
Lee Clayton might not be a household name, but he penned a phrase that defined an era. Ladies love outlaws. Waylon Jennings made it famous, but Clayton birthed the outlaw banner.
It had about 20 condos on it, and the big clubhouse and the 9-hole golf course.
His 1972 debut album showcased a raspy-voiced troubadour with a knack for weaving tales of restless drifters and worn-down lovers. Nashville didn't quite know what to do with him. Too raw for the mainstream, too country for the rockers. Picture a midnight drive on an open highway, CB radio buzzing, Clayton's voice spilling from the speakers with equal parts grit and poetry. Though his records never sold big, his legacy endures in the DNA of outlaw country. Every scrappy, leather-jacketed Nashville rebel owes a quiet nod to Lee Clayton. And from a songwriter's songwriter, we shift to a voice whose Patsy Cline echoes deserved far more spotlight. Number 7, Katy Moffatt, 1976. With a voice drenched in emotion, Katy Moffatt's 1976 debut hinted at greatness. Her tone carried that same ache Patsy Cline had perfected, tender yet commanding. Signed briefly to Columbia Records, her songs like Easy Come, Easy Go shimmered with both vulnerability and strength. But in the crowded mid-70s market, she slipped under the radar. Imagine a late-night diner, coffee steaming, a lone jukebox glowing in the corner as Moffatt's voice drifts across the room. It feels like she's singing straight to your heartache.
Lord, the police said he gave it too much.
She became a cult favorite, influencing a new generation of Americana singers. Though mainstream success eluded her, Katy Moffatt remains one of country's purest hidden treasures. And if Katy's songs whispered of quiet longing, our next artist howled with raw, blues-soaked power. Number 6, Karen Dalton, 1971.
Leaving all your dreams too far behind, didn't you?
Karen Dalton's 1971 album, In My Own Time, blurred the lines of folk, blues, and country. Her voice, husky, broken, achingly human, wasn't built for radio polish, but it carried the weight of every sorrow you've ever known.
A little bit of rain, just a little bit.
Released on Paramount Records, the album vanished commercially, but became a buried gem rediscovered decades later. Picture her rendition of Something on Your Mind spinning on a turntable in a candlelit apartment.
Something's on your mind.
Dalton's voice pouring like smoke, equal parts comfort and ache. She never achieved stardom in her lifetime, but her work influenced artists from Lucinda Williams to Joanna Newsom. If Katy Moffatt was the quiet ache, Dalton was the storm. And before we push into our top 5, a quick note. If these classics are bringing back memories, hit that like button and subscribe. We post new country countdowns every week, keeping the golden years of music alive for fans like you. Perfect. Let's ride this train straight to number 1. Here's the rest of the script. Number 5. Mike Auldridge, 1972.
On the guitar, who's back there tuning the full thing, is Phil Rosenthal, and the far left is the legend of the dobro, Mike Auldridge. My name is John Duffy.
In the world of bluegrass and country picking, few instruments speak like the dobro. And few hands ever spoke through it as sweetly as Mike Auldridge's. His 1972 solo debut dobro showcased an elegance that took the instrument beyond its rustic roots. By day, Auldridge was a commercial artist in Washington, D.C. By night, he transformed stages with the seldom seen, threading shimmering dobro lines into harmonies that redefine modern bluegrass country fusion. Imagine a festival field in Virginia.
You're right, gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Folding chairs scattered across the grass as Auldridge's slide tones floated into the humid night. Soulful, haunting, unforgettable. Though rarely a headline name, Auldridge inspired generations of pickers and became the quiet backbone of the 70s progressive country sound. From dobro delicacy, we swing west to Colorado, where country rock caught fire with a softer edge. Number 4. Firefall, 1976.
The nights are long when you get that feeling you were born to.
Born in Boulder, Colorado, Firefall bridged soft rock and country with ease. Formed by former members of the Flying Burrito Brothers and Spirit, they released their debut in 1976 on Atlantic Records. Their harmonies, acoustic warmth, and lyrical heartache fit right in alongside the Eagles. Yet Firefall never got quite the same spotlight. Tracks like You Are the Woman and Strange Way leaned pop.
Not the clothes you wear. It's more that special way you look at me.
But underneath was a country rock foundation as sturdy as the Rockies themselves. Picture a Mountain Lodge jukebox humming while snow falls outside, Firefall's harmonies spilling across the room like a warm fire. Though remembered more in soft rock circles, their influence sits firmly in country's westward expansion. But while Firefall drifted toward the mainstream, our next act stayed fiercely rooted in poetic truth. Number 3. Townes Van Zandt, 1972.
It's written, I wrote this about 2 Mexican bandits that I saw on the TV 2 weeks after I wrote the song.
Townes Van Zandt wasn't a band so much as a force. A songwriter whose 1972 live album, Live at the Old Quarter, captured a troubadour at his fragile, fiery peak.
Living on the road, my friend, was gonna keep you free and clean.
His music didn't chart. It didn't need to. Songs like Poncho and Lefty or If I Needed You spread through whispers, passed on by artists who revered him.
If I needed you.
A critical success, if not a commercial one, Townes Van Zandt deserves
Willie Nelson, Emmylou Harris, and dozens more. Imagine a dim Texas tavern, 2 or 3 beers deep, the air heavy with cigarette smoke.
Townes Van Zandt passed before his time.
Poncho was a bandit boy.
As Townes leans into his guitar and sings like he's cracking open his own chest. Though his demons often overshadowed his career, Van Zandt's legacy has only grown, making him one of the most essential voices of 70s country, even if he was overlooked in his day. And speaking of poetic storytellers, our number 2 carved his own timeless canon. Number 2, Guy Clark, 1975.
They say she like gold up and down that Texas.
In 1975, Guy Clark released Old Number 1, a debut album that immediately marked him as one of the finest storytellers country music had ever heard.
Like a desperado waiting for a train.
Songs like Desperados Waiting for a Train painted vivid characters, while LA Freeway carried the restless wanderlust of a generation. Signed to RCA, Clark wasn't destined for radio dominance, but his songs became staples for others.
I I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting.
Recorded by Jerry Jeff Walker, Johnny Cash, and countless peers. Picture a songwriter's circle in Nashville, candlelight flickering as Clark strums and a room full of musicians hang on every word, knowing they're hearing a craftsman at work.
Get away from that boat you hear, your mama don't want you hanging around here.
Though commercial fame eluded him, Clark's legacy is unshakable. He taught that country music could be literature, poetry, and truth all at once. And finally, we arrive at number 1, a band leader who gave us songs that reshaped the very spirit of outlaw country. Number 1, Jerry Jeff Walker, 1970s.
But right now, I'd like for you to welcome Jerry Jeff Walker, and he's going to be singing L.A. Freeway.
Our top spot goes to Jerry Jeff Walker, a folk country troubadour who helped ignite the Texas outlaw movement of the 1970s. Though best known for writing Mr. Bojangles, it was his 70s albums, Viva Terlingua, in 1973, recorded live in Luckenbach, Texas, that captured the raw, unfiltered sound of a movement. Walker's blend of country, folk, and renegade spirit gave a platform to songwriters like Ray Wiley Hubbard and Guy Clark, turning his band of misfits into legends. Imagine a warm Texas night, beer bottles clinking, a stage lit by nothing more than string lights, and Jerry Jeff leading the crowd through Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother. It was rowdy, it was real, and it was pure country freedom. Though never a household superstar, Jerry Jeff Walker remains the heart of Texas country's outlaw legacy. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it. 12 underrated country bands and voices from the 1970s, each one a hidden treasure buried in the dust of a golden decade. These weren't always the chart toppers, but they were the soul carriers. Dobro pickers who changed the sound, troubadours who wrote the truth, and bands who stretched country in bold new directions. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic ride. Your support keeps these timeless stories alive, and we couldn't do it without you. And don't miss our next video, 12 underrated 80s country bands, where we'll explore how the genre survived disco, embraced new legends, and kept its heart beating strong. Until then, keep the music close. Because the songs we almost forget are often the ones that matter most.